Flight of the Conchords, second season. You've been in production again for, what, a few weeks now? I wanted to ask you first if you could tell me a little bit about the differences, to the extent there are any, shooting the second season as opposed to the first season.
Last year there were more songs which were pre-existing, of course, but this year there are still some songs we haven't used before. Some of the songs we try and fit particular scenes, some we write just because we like the song, and then we try and make them fit within the story itself. So that means sometimes you get more interesting stories that way, I think, because you don't expect them to happen. So, but we're trying to integrate them as much as we can this year.
We were lucky last time because we had 15 songs ready to go, and this year I think we only had 4 left over. A lot of the old songs were just written for live performance.
Every soldier in the world put down his weapon, picked up a woman. What a peaceful world this world would be. Redheads, not warheads, blondes, not bombs. We're talking about brunettes, not fighter jet heads.
This year we've probably focused more on stories and then made the songs. We come up with song ideas to fit the story, or made a song fit into a story that we've got.
If the three of you could talk a little bit about the characters of Jermaine and Brett, because I think there's this kind of archetype of the Spinal Tap comic musician character, and it's sort of interesting you went in kind of a different direction with them. It's not sort of that you're parodying rock stars, you're sort of dealing with these very deadpan guys who are sort of unsuccessful and kind of know it, kind of care, kind of don't.
Well, I always think of it as like the way we dress and the living situation on the show as being more similar to us 10 years ago. And
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
You've pawned everything you own. Your toothbrush jar and a camera phone. You don't know where you're going, you cross the street. You don't know why you walk back across the street. Standing in the sitting room, totally skint, and your favourite jersey is covered in lint. You want to sit down, but you've sold your chair, so you just stand there.
When we first started out with the band, Flight of the Conchords,
We were in an apartment not so dissimilar to this.
we were living in a flat and
More rats.
we were doing bad gigs. And
Yeah, so many of the things on the show are based on our real life.
the songs in the first season are the songs that we were playing as a band when we were fairly unsuccessful. Yeah.
You work in such a wide range of genres. Were your musical interests always this diverse, or does that just kind of lend itself to parody if you're trying on different kinds of music?
I guess it's something to do with our taste, because we don't really do any styles that we don't like.
Brett! It's 1986 David Bowie from the movie Labyrinth.
Yeah, I know.
We all have quite broad taste in music, and I think that that's one of the things about the show. We all love music, so I think that in the sense that we kind of we all kind of bring different aspects. So also, particularly me, I guess being English means that I have a particularly different history of music to you guys. We share a bit of it, and then also with America, of course, has some similar artists. But English artists are often very either unknown or underappreciated over here in America. So you can get some interesting ideas and different sort of sounds, I guess, from that.
You all had so much fun, it seems, with the videos for the first season. Is that a very time-consuming part of the job? Is that, because there seems to be a lot packed in there.
Yeah, the show is a challenge because we're basically shooting a sitcom and 2 music videos in 5 days, which is, normally you have a couple of days or 3 days for a video each, and then you have 6 days or 7 days to shoot. We've basically got half the time it requires to do that sort of work. So whilst we try and homage stuff as much as we can, it's often they're rough. But I like that about them, because I think that's more the sort of thing that we would make if we were making it ourselves, rather than the perfect music video. I think that it shows the kind of love of music video that we can't try and attempt this at all. So I kind of like that about it.
I think that's one of the fun parts of writing the show, is we sit around watching old music videos.
Yeah.
And they help us come up with ideas. In those 2 minutes or 3 minutes of the music videos, the world can just explode open.
Yeah.
And there are no the rules don't apply. So we can get really surreal or abstract and then drop back into the world of the characters.
Yeah.
So it makes it more fun.
To the extent that you can talk about it, can you just fill us in a little bit on where we pick up with the guys this season?
It's further down the road. We don't start again immediately. It's about a year later, I guess, or 6 months later.
But
We're still arguing over
We're still arguing about this. I don't really know.
Nothing's really changed though.
No.
Yeah.
We're not following a different trajectory. We kind of like where they are, and we think we have a lot more to explore in that area.
Women love weaving. They love to weave.
No. Weaving is a man's game.
Brett, you put a woman in front of a weaving machine and just watch her go.
No, honestly, my dad weaves. My grandfather was a
I
weaver.
thought your dad was a sheep lawyer.
Yeah, during the day, but at night he weaves a lot. And I come from a family of weavers.
I've never seen a man weave.
I love weaving. I'm weaving at the moment, making a pair of trousers.
There's been talk about whether you guys would continue doing the show past 2 seasons. What can you tell us?
If anyone ever asks you that question in the middle of it, you're always going to say never again. That's your instant response is it's too hard. But
Yeah.
I would never say that. I mean, I don't know.
Brett and I already said in an interview that we probably wouldn't, but it's true. If we had been asked last season, we would say.
Yeah.
So here we are. Here we are
won't.
again. How's that
I don't think
possible?
we're gonna do it again. Yeah, no, we are.
No, neither did I.